let's travel. You will rise, but mighty fall. Do it.
What's up guys, this is HASSEL on Down the Spiral. Today we'll be interviewing Mannymegz, an underground hip-hop producer here in Tucson, Arizona. We will go down his spiral and learn his process of making his beats and talking about his new latest project, GRIMETYME. Also with some exclusive talk on future collabs towards the end. Let's spiral it.
A slow grind, but it's a fast pace. And when you lose, you disperse to come in last place. Put gold in my mouth.
So do you want to start at the R&B and hip-hop section?
I don't really shop there.
You don't?
No, yeah, so like, yeah, I don't collect like hip-hop vinyls or anything. I come to record stores to sample, like, sometimes I go in the dollar section, sometimes like I'll go in the soul section or rock section, but mainly like I only shop in like the foreign section.
Well, let's go over there. Let's do it.
Brain it don't register. I'm a bitch rich like a gift registry. Came from uncertain circumstances. God said don't question me. Amen.
So this is all foreign. What I look for the most part is like European samples. No one in Tucson really like speaks German or French, so like they're normally pretty cheap, which is dope. So yeah, I try to stick with European samples. For my drums, I sample like Brazilian drums. Like this would be dope to sample.
This is Brazil.
Yeah.
Literally says Brazil.
Yeah, and most Brazilian records like straight up just say Brazil. Crazier looking the artwork is, like sometimes the better it is. So if I get this right here, it says Warner Brothers on it. Like that isn't. So sometimes you go by the label. So like if Warner Brothers put this out, like I probably don't want to grab it because it's
copyrighted probably.
That, but like it's generic. Like they made a lot of like generic shit. The more foreign and like underground and weird you get, the better, because more than likely you're probably not gonna get copyrighted for it.
So what's your process? Like tell me your step-by-step process of when you get a record and you sample it.
It differs. It differs like in genre. So like with the foreign stuff, I have to chop it up and move it and form it my own way, because like they don't have hard loops, right? So there's two differences in hip hop. There's a loop and a chop. So loops are kind of just like you find an 8-bar loop or a 4-bar loop, and you can just loop it and add your own drums and add your own different instrumentation to make it different. Chops are more so like you take one small piece, like a 1-bar loop or half a bar loop, and you take this back piece and you form it with this piece, and then you take another piece and form it with that piece, so it sounds kind of like all one loop, but you made the loop yourself.
So then is that like what makes it yours?
Yes.
When you like get different samples and you make like this whole song that's just like yours.
Yeah. That's pretty much. Yeah, a lot of people use loops. I like prefer chops because it sounds more like hip hop, you know?
Like what do you use? Do you use like a certain like software? Is it a computer? Is it like what is it? A keyboard? I buy
stuff and I sell it, and I buy, you know, so it always differs, but like I started off just using like GarageBand, right? So like I didn't really have much to go off of. Off GarageBand, I bought an 88 key piano.
Oh, okay.
And it has MIDI capabilities, which means that like I can chop the loop, or I can chop the samples into all the piano keys, and then I can just hit the piano keys and it'll sound different.
Okay.
So I started with that, and then it went into an MPC. So MPC is like kind of like the standard. And then off of MPC, I kind of just work off my laptop now. And I'll just hit my keys, because like after going through all the expensive shit, right, just understand that like you don't need much.
I'll just casually light a blunt up, don't worry about it. You guys just keep doing that, act like I'm not here.
A lot lot of producers work during nighttime, right?
Okay.
So like they'll go in like at 9 p.m. and not come out till like 3 a.m. I'm like completely opposite. I wake up at like 5 a.m. I go through my samples. If I have nothing, I come here, I find a sample, and then and I go back and I just kind of go through my records, see what I have, and I start working from there. So I'm like I'm a morning bird when it comes to music, because I feel like at night I get tired and loopy and I don't know what sounds dope or not, but when I wake up I have a fresh mind. So yeah.
So that's your creative process. You ain't doing shit at night. You're doing it in the morning.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha. I'm gonna shoot you with a crazy name. Ready? Ninth Wonder. Tell me about him, because I know you have a dope story about him.
Yeah.